Hello everyone and welcome to my first episode of an Emerald Nuzlocke on the channel. This is going to be my own independent project while we have the other things going. I'm going to attempt to record this in some of my free time while also trying to balance, work and school. But don't worry about that. Let's get into this. I have a character to name after all. Oh, forgot that there's dialogue and such. I've already changed the text speed to fast because I'm a hunk like that, and I changed the text boxes as well. Hi, sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Birch, but everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. This is what we call a Pokemon. Oh, that's funny. I'll get to why there's an Arcanine on the screen in just a moment. This is what we call a Pokemon. This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. We humans live alongside Pokemon at times as friendly playmates, and at times as cooperative workmates. And sometimes we band together and battle others just like us. But despite our closeness, we don't know everything about Pokemon. In fact, there are many, many secrets surrounding Pokemon. To unravel Pokemon mysteries, I've been undertaking research. That's what I do. And you are? Why me? I'm a boy. My name? Oops. Wait, how did I miss the B? Or the J, not B. Did I hit? I might have. Perfect. Jibby. That is me. That is your host. The one. The only me. So it's Jibby. Ah, okay. You're Jibby, who's moving to my hometown of Little Root. I get it now. Alright. Are you ready? I mean, I'm a little scared. Our very own adventure is about to unfold. Take courage and leap into the world of Pokemon where dreams, adventures, and friendships await. Well, I'll be expecting you later. Come see me in my Pokemon lab. Will do, Mr. Birchman. Before I get too much into it, Mom's having me ride in the back of a moving truck, so that's kind of cool. Don't know why I couldn't ride up front in the cabin with the movers, but whatever. This game is technically randomized, but it's not randomized. All I did was I took out impossible evolutions. So trade evolutions, because I'm playing on an emulator, they're just going to evolve after a certain level. So that means that any Pokemon I catch is fair game, so that way I don't feel like I'm barred out from using a trade evolution mod. And I also made it so way the names were title case for Pokemon, so only the first letter is uppercase. It's something that I do for my nicknames, and so I figured it just is easier for wild Pokemon to have the same sort of title case, despite the trainers and stuff not having the title case. But that's all I changed, and because I opened it in the randomizer, that's why there was an Arcanine in the opening scenes. We're home. It must be tiring riding in the back of that truck. It's a nice little town. Little Root. Pokemon movers, man. I tell you what, they get the job done. They do it well. We have a clock to set. Excitement. The clock is stopped. It is. I guess I'll just set it to current time. Oh, what am I doing? I said current time and then I immediately didn't do. Perfect. Gibby, how do you like your new room? It's got a clock and everything that you could ever want. A clock. Pokemon movers would be like super. Is this the game? I think it's the last game, right? Where you get a potion. Delicious. Even though, despite the fact that I do have a bag. Huh. So while I'm just gonna spam through Mom's texts and whatnot, I should go over some things, and then before too long I'll go over the Nuzlocke rules. But this is hopefully going to be the first time I finish Emerald. I've played plenty of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I've never finished the original Ruby or Sapphire, and I've never finished Emerald. The first time I ever played Emerald, it was normal, not randomized, and I got stuck somewhere, and I don't remember where. I just couldn't remember what to do. And so then I just stopped playing. So then a little while later, I went back to play it again, and it was randomized this time, and I had a powerhouse of a Gardevoir. Like, it had random stats, so its special attack got buffed even higher than it normally is, and it was a water type, and I had really good stab water type moves on it, so it was just like sweeping. The problem was when I got to the Elite Four, it just couldn't handle it, and it was like the strongest thing on my team because I just been grinding it up instead of everything else because of how powerful it was, and I didn't want to grind any further. And so I just kind of put it on the back burner, and I haven't touched it. I haven't played that copy in years. Like, I don't even know if I have that copy anywhere still. That randomized copy. So that's fun. So hopefully this time, you know, I finish the game in the Nuzlocke form, and for YouTube, for the world to see my first ever full playthrough of Emerald. Oh. This game came out in 2004, right? My first time ever playing it was in 2013, I'm pretty sure. So I was a little behind on the times. I never had my first game for Pokemon was Platinum, I believe. Platinum or a Diamond, one of the two. But oh, I didn't even check my trainer ID. Alright, so I guess we're just gonna randomly generate a number 1 to 3. I was supposed to check my trainer ID to determine what to choose. So I'm just going to generate a number 1 to 10. Nine. 9 is the water starter. Mudkip. So for a Nuzlocke, some people like to choose, you know, their starter completely random. Others, you know, choose them based off of what'll help them in the future. I wanted to choose it based off of the end of the trainer ID, but I completely forgot to just, you know, look at the trainer ID. So, but I just randomly generated a number 1 to 10, which would have been the end of the ID anyways, and we got Mudkip. While going through the first battle, I guess I can go over some of the Nuzlocke rules, and I'm sure that I'll, you know, put something over the screen to make it look fancy, because the first battle is not very important. You just click tackle. I think I have a plus attack nature, or that Zigzagoon is a minus defense nature. Regardless, so the primary thing in a Nuzlocke run is that when a Pokemon dies, or faints in battle, moreover, it is dead. You cannot use it anymore. I'm going to permanently box them, so I'm going to have like a dead box rather than just releasing them, because A, I find that easier, B, you know, at the end of the game, if you make it, it's nice to just look through, you know, what you had along the way. The first thing on every route is what you're allowed to catch. So the first thing that you encounter on every route is the only thing you're allowed to catch on that route. If it runs, tough luck. It's gone. You don't get a second try. If it faints, like if you knock it out, again, tough luck. It's just the first time you walk on the route, first thing that you encounter is the only thing that you get to catch on that route. So that sometimes means that you can get some really bad stuff, and sometimes means that you can get really good stuff. You have to nickname every Pokemon, which we are doing right now. Don't... I mean, come on. Does this fit? It does. Beautiful. Kippy boy, welcome to the team. So you have to nickname everything. That's, I think, an optional rule that most people put in, but I definitely follow that rule. I know another optional rule is that if you black out or white out, if your entire team wipes in battle, then the run's over. You're done. It is Dunzo, end of the line for you, buddy. There was another rule that I was forgetting. Oh, the dupes clause. So there's a clause that says that you can't have, you know, two of the same, like, family caught. So If you, oh, there's a Pokeball over there. If you catch, say, a Zigzagoon on the first route, that means that you can't catch another Zigzagoon later. It's to increase variety in the playthrough, so that way, you know, you don't have to worry about only having Zigzagoons. Of course, the Nuzlocke doesn't start until after I get Pokeballs, because how else would I catch things? We are going to kill the Zigzagoon just for a bit of experience, in hopes to getting us to level 6, so that way the rival fight's a bit easier. I probably should check out Kippy Boy here, and see what his nature is, but we can, in due time. In due time. The first episode is hopefully going to be a bit shorter. I'm probably just going to get to the point where I get Pokeballs, so that it's the entirety of the preliminary episode, and then, you know, next episode will be the fun one, the start, the true beginning. I did not know that Mudkip learned Mud Slap that early. I thought it was, you know, much later. That's kind of cool. Poochyena. I definitely prefer Linoon over Mightyena. Oh, one thing I do need to keep in mind though is that this game is before moves were like individually split between special and physical. So all of a certain move type will be special or physical. So all normal type moves are physical. All water type moves are special. The way that I remember what's what is by looking. So every single evolution, not Eevee included, and Dragon are special. Everything else is physical. That's that's how I remember it. Adamant, really? Okay. I mean, that's interesting to say the least. If I remember right, that's plus attack minus special attack, because modest is the other way around. I don't quite remember Swampert's final stats. I mean, a plus attack nature is definitely nice, but the minus special attack is a little hurtful because of the water typing. But we'll manage. We'll be alright. I hope that the game volume is nice and that, you know, nothing's too loud or nothing's too quiet. Oops. Push the B button. I do have the B and A swap because I'm playing with a GameCube controller, an Xbox controller. So I have the A and B button swapped because my brain's holding an Xbox controller, and so it knows where those A and B are. But I'm playing a Pokemon game, and so sometimes I'll get it confused, I'm sure. But it shouldn't be too big of a problem because, you know, we've got some oomph. I think I'm gonna lower accuracy, so that does 3 damage, so we can take 3 more of those. How much does our tackle do? Oh, another thing to remember, to keep in mind at all times, is that crits in this game are ×2 and not 1.5. So usually I judge like switching and stuff based off of if something will crit and kill. So for example, Trico would now crit and kill. But when I was at 7, it wouldn't have. It would brought me to 1 HP. I think about that all the time whenever I'm playing, even in a non-Nuzlocke form. I think about that. So that'll be something to keep in mind for sure. We'll be getting Pokeballs soon. So excited, and the running shoes soon. So that's, you know, another big bonus. I think. Maybe that's only in ORAS, that you can buy Pokeballs before you even go fight May, I think. Maybe I'm wrong on that too. It's been a minute since I, you know, tried anything like that. Oh, hi, Jibby. I know I skipped his text earlier, I think, when he was talking to me about my Pokemon, and that's fine. I don't really mind. You know, it's a game that I mostly know the storyline for. Like, I might read stuff later, but I don't know that I'll read it out loud. Who knows? You know, I enjoy giving things voices, but at the same time, I often forget those voices, and so it would just be consistent to not do it, I guess. So I don't have to worry about too much of changing someone's voice in the middle of a playthrough. But it'll be okay. We'll be fine. We'll live. Not everyone has to have voices. So I can just kind of summarize we're getting a Pokedex and Pokeballs. Excitement ensues. And soon we will be doing the caching tutorial. But now that we have Pokeballs, the Nuzlocke is technically, as far as I'm aware, we have Pokeballs. The Nuzlocke has technically officially begun. And we're getting the running shoes. And I'm probably going to end the episode here. What a bam, bam, bam. You know, all right in a row. I am going to try and make it to the next town to buy more Pokeballs without getting an encounter. If I don't get an encounter, I won't show it on screen. And, you know, I'll just end the episode in the Pokemart. But if I do, we'll have our first team member in just a moment. I guess we're having our first team member in just a moment. It's a Poochyena. I wonder if that's hard scripted, just like, actually, I'm curious. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Well, as far as I can tell, it is not hard scripted like some of the encounters in, ORAS. So, like, in ORAS, the second step that you take on the route the very first time, it's a Wurmple. And so it just so happened that it was the second patch of grass that I walked into. So, but our first team member is hopefully going to be this Poochyena. I don't think one tackle will kill, even if it crits. So, well, maybe if it crits, because I am adamant. Probably should have played that safe. It was quite close. And then a Mud Slap, and then a Pokeball, and then that's our first teammate, a Poochyena. Does 2 damage with its tackles. What a what a lovely Pokemon. A little pupper. It evolves into a big pupper. In fact, a much larger pupper than Poochyena. I think both Poochyena and Mightyena look good, design-wise. But I do think that, you know, Mightyena is much better later on. Give a nickname, of course. In honor of one of my friend's dogs. Nibbler, welcome to the team. Sell me your finest wares, sir. I will take 10 Pokeballs, please. And thank you for the Premier Ball, and then cap me off in potions. Ooh, actually, that'll be fine. I don't need the antidotes and stuff until, you know, later. And I've got some trainers to battle. I can buy 1 antidote though, because poison can kill in this game. As in the overworld, if you're walking around, poison can murder you. So that's something to look out for too. I'm going to save the game and end the episode here. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate, you know, any amount of feedback, any likes, any dislikes even, because that's still feedback in, you know, the highest regard. Comment down below, you know, anything that you'd want to tell me. Maybe consider subscribing if you enjoyed the content. Maybe even consider hitting the bell if you do subscribe. You know, it helps out, you know, this tiny little baby channel that we're hoping to grow. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.